4 days left. Oh my gosh, I'm now going into that failure of emotional exit strategy situation. I made a little vlog down on the beach and I really didn't stress. I'm always interested in what you people have got to say about the kind of things I talk about, but I'm particularly interested in your experiences with leaving holidays, how you cope with it, how you don't cope with it, some weird things that might have happened, and your general emotional landscape, the emotional landscape you find yourself wandering when having to negotiate the hideous, untimely rippage of your life from something wonderful to the mundane, everyday existence we know as life. Have a look at the video, get busy in the comments. Ciao. What?
Alright there. Hopefully you can hear this. Well, if you can't, it doesn't get uploaded, so not a great start. Got terribly drunk last night. I woke up this morning feeling like absolute death. And one of my friends who's out here, he sort of tentatively questioned whether I had blackouts when I drink. No doubt desperate to tell me what an arsehole I was last night. And yeah, there was, well, just the one blackout really. Started at about 9 o'clock and ended when I woke up this morning. I'd be more concerned if I'd have drunk 30 odd shots of limoncello, 10 bottles of beer and an assortment of Alco Pops if I hadn't have blacked out, and if I hadn't have played up. I mean, crikey. You know, I don't like all that morning after biopsy nonsense. Unless you've caused any permanent physical damage, people get a pass for being pissed. Come on. The real tragedy is losing a day. I've been in bed all day. I mean, it's like 9 o'clock now at night, and I just was too hideously ill to get up. And when you've only got 5 days left, 4 now, staying in bed all day is criminal and almost unforgivable. So I thought I'd go for a walk down the beach, and immediately I was reminded of a similar melancholic, maudling wandering I did towards the end of a holiday here a couple of times ago. It was a holiday when I wrote the rough of my novel, the bulk of it, and I knew as much as you can know as an artist that it was good, and I was celebrating it, I was indulging in it, and I was you know, using a somewhat romantic stroll along a nighttime Thai beach to come up with ideas for titles. And you get a lot of those lanterns here, you know, the sort of paper lanterns. You ignite a fuel source at the bottom, they go up in the air. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of people don't try and sell me them while I'm here. Move along, Japanese, please, you're obscuring the frame. Anyway, there was a few of them in the sky, and rather embarrassingly, I suggested to myself I should call the novel To My Left a Lantern. Yeah, I'll give you a moment to digest quite how hideous that is. And the strange thing about that is I've told a few people, it's become a bit of a joke, and also it's been repeated, and repetition adds to things, and I quite like it. Now I quite like it, but I'd feared I'd have to tell this story in the opening to the novel, and it's quite a gamble to give your title an ironic title, because people looking at books in listings don't get to read the first page, which explains they know the title is poor. But it's funny I should find myself here again on one of these kind of reflective, you know, I'm sad as fuck, don't get me wrong. I'm terrible at leaving holidays. You know, even though I've been working here, even though I've been here for quite some time, you know, it's not like a week in Menorca. Because I've been here so many times. I've probably been to Patong, what, 20 times in the last 12 years. It's quite a domestic sort of holiday, you know. I don't do a lot of sightseeing. I have done the odd one. Over the 12 years you could build up a standard holiday sightseeing selection, but you know, I'm quite happy just to get on with my day-to-day stuff. Nonetheless, leaving is heartbreaking. You know, I haven't got a love interest here. I haven't fallen for anyone. There's a sadness that a previous love interest took a new turn, but there's something just about leaving a holiday that I find absolutely emptying. You know, I kind of make my peace with it quite quickly. Once I'm on that first aeroplane, once it's about, right, come on, you've got shit to think about now, I'm kind of done. But the last day, the last night, the day waiting around for your taxi to the airport, oh, a profound sense of loss. And it's interesting because this time I'm coming back. You know, I've got a lot to do when I get home. I've got to move out my flat in about 7 days. I've got 7 days to get it cleaned, get out, move out, relocate to my mother's for a week or so, book a flight and come back to Cambodia. And you know, I'm starting to get a little bit fearful around Cambodia. I mean, I'll be going for sure, but I'll be turning up in a strange country, in a strange town, with everything I own on my back. Speaking of which, I ate 4 snails last night. Not nice. Rubbery, gristly, squeak on your teeth. So anyway, I'll be like a snail in Cambodia. Phnom Penh first, then down to Kampot, to start a new life in Asia, in Southeast Asia. And if it doesn't work, if I'm not feeling it, if I can't handle it, I can always go back to England. And I'm aware that it's wonderful to have those choices. But life is essentially emotional. Without that, we're very bad sculptures. Apologies. And I've always been exceptionally emotional. I'm terribly sensitive, and it can work to my advantage in life, but it can also raise the level, the general level of my experience. Even as I say that, I doubt I'm any more or less emotional than anyone else. So here I am, a couple of days left in my spiritual home, sitting on the beach, ignited by a sign that tells you where the toilets are, talking to myself into my phone. And this time, to my right, there's a lantern. Talk soon.